Oh, hi, how are you? Good to see you again. Always a pleasure. I'm liking the weather, but, oh yeah, this is a knife channel. There's a reason I've got this one. I'm liking the weather, but boy, things are pollinating again. But that's okay, it's cooler. It's worse when things are pollinating and it's fucking hot and you can't, you're congested. I know, I'm whining. So anyway, so what's been going on? Anyway, look, tomorrow, before I forget, I believe it's Scott's birthday from ChoirBoyz Cutlery, and he's doing a live segment with Joe on from Blade Talk. Go check that out. I'll put links down below. Scott's a good dude. He has a good heart. He kind of reminds me of me a little bit when he gets cranky. That's okay. Some people need to be cranked on. Wrench took their heads and just pop it off and drop kick it across the fucking Anyways, where were we? I got a mail call. We'll do that in a minute. Oh, and this is a new video. It's not a re-upload. I'm gonna make me some shirts. The guy meant well. It's not. I'm not mad. I'm a sarcastic fuck. And he meant well. And he said on my last video on that Alcaraz, he asked me. He said, "Is this a reload or a new video?" And you can't fault him because, well, I do a video and I'm wearing the same shirt I wore like a month ago. And it all blends together. Cutting videos blend together. Shooting videos blend together. They all look the same after a while. There's only so many ways you can cut a bottle. So many ways you can cut fruit. Now, if you really wanted to impress me and do something different, you can show your whole body while cutting the fruit and not just your fucking forearms. The guy just irks me. And when I get irked, I get irked. And I have a good reason why he irks me. And he's too stupid to understand why. Fucking moron. Anyway. And you get these people that they're like, and now they're flocking back to my channel. I got like 350 subscribers now. I haven't asked for nary a fucking one of them. I appreciate you guys, but I haven't asked, and now they're flocking back. One guy said, he wrote on a video, he says, "Well, it looks like when I was poking meat with that to see, if it would like come open, all the way, or like shoot out into a body." He said it looks like a timing thing, and he said the same thing I said in my fucking video. And the purpose of the video was that if you just some slim chance it went off prematurely in your pocket, which is not going to, you have more of a chance of getting a premature ejaculation than you do one of these fucking going off in your pocket. And damn, I got sidetracked. But he said the same thing. And today, some guy that Hans Ingels, what is his name? He said on that large Predator Bowie, he said, "That's not a Bowie knife, that's a machete. And if you watch Predator, you would see what that knife is for." Well, what is that knife for? Watching Predator, I mean, he kills the predator, or this alien looking thing. Well, if that's what the knife's for, then it's a useless knife, because what's the chances you ending up in a fucking jungle with a predator going, you know, and then chasing you and shit? None. And I copied the definition, Webster definition of a Bowie, and it's a Bowie. And he said, well, that's a machete. And I copied the definition of a machete. Could be a machete. But it's my channel. And if I want to call it a fucking Bowie, I will. Some people have way too much time on their hands. I mean, I have a lot of time on my hands. But I don't go around nitpicking these little, you know, these little... Anyway, but, you know, there's something really good come out of it. A couple months, maybe 2 months, I have a very, very bad track of time. And speaking of time, the reason I got up at 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock is what I did was I did a little thing for about a year, and I turned off all my clocks. Now, if there's something I want to watch on TV, then I put it on TV. You know, I have the timer set. But I turned the clock off in the room. I didn't use it. I have no idea what time it is. I don't need to know what time it is. Now, if I had somewhere to be, then yeah, I set the clock. You know, I set the alarm, which my alarm probably is like dusted. So anyway. So what I did was I removed all the clocks and turned off the one in the stove, and that's all I had. And I even, you know, shut down the one on the computer because it doesn't matter. And so what I started to do is I started to get up when I want to get up, go to sleep when I want to go to sleep, and that's it. Then like a couple days, a while back, I don't know, I have a bad track of time, did I tell you that? I had to set the clock for summer, I had to be somewhere, so I turned the clock on, plugged it in, and it's a real spiffy clock. It's an electronic digital thing, and when the lights go out, you don't have to reset it. It doesn't come back blinking, it just, you know, it goes back to the way it was. Really neat. So anyway, so I turned the clock on, and I started to realize, well, I'm going to bed, and it's like, I don't know, 12, 2, 3, 4, whenever I feel like it. And then I get up, and I wake up around 8 or 9, but I don't feel like getting out of fucking bed. So I lay there a while, and I usually drift off back to sleep, and I get up around 3 or 4. The other day, yesterday, I woke up, I don't know what time it was, somewhere in the night. You ever wake up and you had this dream? It wasn't really a bad dream, but boy, it was like chilled. I was just like, man, I'm fucking cold. You know? Hate it when that happens. Anyway. Time. Oh yeah, track of time. So, I was talking with Tina Smith. We were, you know, talking back and forth on Messenger. And she likes purple. Well, her husband, Eric, he's a purple fan, you know. And I'm not all that much of a purple fan. I like blue. So we got to talking, and I said, well, if you find a purple knife you like, you know, let me know. I am a fan of that Ultratech, especially for, you know, a smaller frame person. The Microtech Ultratech, and they had it in purple. I got Megatron one of them. Well, damn it, I mean, shit like that is just sold out everywhere. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So I was waiting on that, and she would throw ideas out, and I'd say, well, yeah, you know, and then finally I said, you know, you need to pick one, just pick one. And she said, well, I don't know what to do, and she said, I trust your judgment. And I said, well, That's like me asking someone to pick me a pair of shoes or some pants. You don't know what I like. And knives are so, like, all over the place. Frame lock, and well, you know, so we started to work with that. And it was really cool. She started to get an education. And, you know, learned a lot, and I learned a lot. And, you know, she learned what a Wharncliffe was, and I said, okay, now, do you want a Tonto blade, Tonto tip, or do you want a Wharncliffe, or they have it in drop point, or dagger? And she says, well, what's the difference? So I'm like, okay. So finally, you'd be surprised what we've discovered. Finally, last night I dropped the hammer on a Cobra Tech, and these are not bad knives. I mean, they're pretty damn good. This one, my friend gave me, and he gave me it under the pretenses of abusing it. And I just can't do it. I mean, it's about $100-some knife, and it's I mean, the knife's really good quality. So found one that, you know, she liked, and we looked at this one, then we looked at that one, and then we looked at another one, and ended up with the Cobra Tech Slim, and it's in purple. Come to find out, she's left-handed. And where that comes in as an issue, she wanted a left-handed clip. Well, the mini or whatever, didn't really have a left-handed where you could switch it over. It looked like it did, but I wasn't quite sure. But in the description, she pointed out that the one that we chose said you can take the clip and put it left to right, or, you know, move it over. And with the button over here, it's good because you can do it left to right handed. Okay, and you can move this clip. And so what I normally do is I went ahead and I made the order, and what I would normally do is I would send it off to her, just mail it directly from the company, which was Cobra Tech. And I'd asked her, I said, do you want to change the clip, or do you want me to? She says, well, I'd rather have you. I said, okay. So I'm going to have it mailed to me, and then I'll swap the clip out. We'll do a little video on it, you know, because I kind of want to see what their smaller Ultra Tech size Cobra Tech knives are you know, looking at. And I'll swap the clip out, which this one is already loose because I removed the glass breaker. And you see, I mean, here's the clip, and all you gotta do is put it on the other side. Easy peasy. Yeah. And that way she has a left-handed knife. And another thing that is about left-handed, I asked her, and I said, do you want serrations? She said, well, I really don't know. And then it dawned on me, because my wife was left-handed, and she would always comment when we went to the steakhouse that she can't use a serrated knife. Well, if you think about it, the serrations on a knife are for right-handed people. They're not ground in a way for a left-handed person to cut. It just won't cut. So I said, you know what? Forget serrations. So that ruled that out. So anyway, that's about all that's going on. I was going somewhere else, but I forgot. So here's what we'll do. That's it in a nutshell. You know, you can fit an awful lot in a fucking nutshell if you talk real quick. And keep in mind, everything is everything is within walking distance if you have the time. I'm going to move this camera over here, and we'll do something else, and it is a beautiful day. Then I'm going to go in there and I'm going to have me another glass of tea. Oh, I went to the dump. I got up at 3 o'clock and I went to the dump. Yeah, I wasn't going to because the trash didn't really need it. But I take bags of cat litter when they're, and I throw them outside, the grocery bags. And some critters were getting in it, like wanting to eat the cat poop. So it's like, and I said, no, I'll go to the dump. So I went to the dump, and I had a shitload of boxes. Most of my stuff was recycling. I mean, I had a shitload of boxes because a lot of stuff I buy, I go to Amazon. You know, my cat food, my cat litter, my this and that, and I end up with all these fucking boxes. You know, I could supply housing for homeless people. As many boxes that I had, I could probably fit about 100 of them motherfuckers in there. If they were midgets, a good 125. Let's go over here. And that was for you people that like those little rambles and rants and everything else. Fucking A. I really don't feel like getting up, but I have to. I don't have to. Because I don't have any, never mind. I think we went there before. Let's go over here. Show you a knife. Ugh.